all has to do with
barometric pressure.
yeah. Just got done banging them out. Crappie on the river in January. A lot of you guys local to me in Kansas,
This is gonna blow your mind.
2 foot of water, 1.5 foot deep bobber. Let's go. Boom, baby, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. Yeah. Thumping them, absolutely thumping them. Wintertime on the bank, baby. Yeah. Ah. It's the real deal right here. Oh my gosh. Pounding them on the bank. Look, I got fish laying all over in the woods up here. Nothing I can do about it. I didn't even bring I'm parked up here on top of this ridge. I didn't even bring a tackle box with me. I brought my pole with a jig on it and my my power baits, and walked down here and started thumping them, back to back, thump, thump, thump. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's probably another couple up there, I think. Okay, let's come down here closer. This is steep, folks. I mean, I'm talking and muddy. Look, you see where I'm sliding in the mud? I got my snow chains on to help with traction. Okay, here's the tree my foot is on. I think I'm trying to hook you up on that tree there right above my foot. And you're looking straight down at what I see. You can see that log in the water, hopefully about 2 feet off the bank. And these fish are just holding tight to it. Better one. That'll keep. thumping these babies. Right on the bank. What a dink. 6 inches. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. It's a 12-inch fish. Oh yeah. Yep. The old Berkeley power bait, crappie nibbling. It's banging them. Silver flake. I've got an 1/8 ounce jig with a red eye. The jig's a Mr. Crappie, a joker, like the jokers. Yeah, it's kind of like a little three-tailed crappie jig. The joker. Mr. Crappie. Was a bite. It's winter time. As you guys know, fish are real lethargic and real light biters in the winter time. Pop. Yeah, good one for today. None of these are monster crappies, but that's close to 10 inches. It might be 9. Whoa! Don't get snagged. It got snagged. 9 3/4. It might be 10 inches. Yeah, it's 10 inch, but I don't need to keep them. I'm not catching no monsters. Nothing over 12. I got a couple 11 and 12s, but yeah, beautiful. Let that guy go. Best rod for your money. The best rod. They don't break. Yeah, yanking them on the ugly stick. Ugly stick, baby. It's the best rod for your money. These are ugly stick lights. You can't get these at Walmart, even though those rods are great for the money. These are a little higher end, if you want to call it that. You know, they're like $75 rods, but they're ugly stick lights. Not just a regular ugly stick. They're a little bit lighter, but they still have the toughness, graphite of the ugly stick. Great rod for your money. Cannot beat them. All my spinning reels, except for my catfishing rods, are ugly sticks. I wouldn't buy nothing else. Just can't beat them for your money. I do all this bank fishing. My rods get beat up, and nothing but an ugly stick will do. As far as quality and sensitivity for the strength, nothing will beat them. A lot of the guys don't like them because they're a little heavier than the really high-end rods. But I'm not putting a $300 or $400 fishing pole. I'm not taking a $300 or $400 fishing pole and banging it through these woods and throwing it in the back of my truck. I've done that when I was young and dumb, and I went through them left and right, and it was ridiculous. And it was a life lesson. Can't beat an ugly stick. There's no way. I do have some whooping sticks, but same principle. They're a tough rod, last forever. But my whooping sticks are the long crappie jigging rods, you know, 9 and 10 foot. Ooh, 9 and 10 foot rods. Yeah, let's keep. Sorry, I don't want to seem inhumane. They're going to go in the frying pan here in the next couple of days anyway. This bank is so steep. I mean, I can't set a bucket here. The sun bright. There's no point in me having a stringer. We keep the fish together, but I can't reach the water. So yeah, I mean, there's nothing else I can do. This bank's so steep and slippery. Yep. The tree, I got this camera mounted on this tree right here that you can't see. The one I've been resting my foot on. I have my foot there so I don't slide down the bank into the water. Yeah, this ain't no joke. It's a real deal right here. Banging them. Yeah. That's what bank fishing's all about. Pop. Yeah. We'll turn that guy loose. But yeah, that's what bank fishing's all about. Down here on the Wild River, out in the timber, that's about it. Out here on the Wild River, banging them out, all by myself. And that's why I love fishing rivers. There's nothing else like it. It is the reason to go fishing, that peace, that solitude, providing a meal for your family. Yeah, can't beat rivers. Love it. Crappie nibbed. Yeah. Ain't much bigger. I seen him come up out of the water kind of sideways. It made him feel bigger. Using the Berkeley crappie niblet in this situation is key, because I'm obviously not live bait fishing. I'm using the crappie jig. I showed you how tight this is. I don't have room to cast and jig it back into me, or let it float down the river and jig it up the current. I have no room to do that. I cannot move my pole but a foot from side to side, and I have this little narrow window to cast through. Can't do that. So with the scent of the niblet, that's the key to catching fish right here. It just even if I threw it right down there, there's current here, it's pushing it, I'd get like 2 little jigs before I'd have to reel it back in and redo. A 2-foot drift, jig, reel it back in. It just would be very, very monotonous. So the niblet, giving it some live smell there, and they do have a pretty good scent. They smell like the water from a minnow bucket. It's not a stinky dead fish smell. It's a fresh fish smell. That was a keeper. Yeah, it's a 10-inch fish for sure. Yeah. Well, you know it as soon as you set the hook. Yeah. Awesome. Kansas winter crappie. 3 foot off the bank. You don't have to believe it if you don't want to, but it's the real deal right here. Bam. Oh, that was a good fish. They always are when you miss them. I cannot believe, knock on wood, I've been sitting here fishing for about 20 minutes now. And you see the mess that I'm fishing in here and the snag down there. I have not lost a jig and bobber yet. I didn't even bring my tackle box down here. And I'm about out of battery. Probably got like 1% battery left before I have to scurry up this hill. It's getting late. I need to get home. So I'm about done here, but they're still biting so good. It's just back to back, really. It's ridiculous. Ooh, huh. That bobber went under and set. Thought it was gonna be a big one. The absolute dink. 6-inch fish. All right, I gotta move. I gotta stand up. This is killing me. I'm just laying here on this steep bank. It's killing my hips. I gotta stand up for a little bit. This is bonkers nuts. Slime. All right, just rounding these guys up. Got them laying all over in the woods up here. Yeah, I was sitting right down there. Another factor that went into slamming these crappie today was the weather. We've had, God, it's beautiful down here. We've had 3 or 4 consistent days of the same kind of weather. And that's key to fishing a lot of times. When you get 3 or 4 days, it doesn't matter if it's summer, winter, fall. When you get 3 or 4 days of the same consistent weather, that's when you go fishing. Those last 3 or 4 days, especially maybe you get into the 5th day, and late in that 5th day, the weather's going to change. You got a cold front coming through, some rain coming, something like that. The fish really go on fire, feeding frenzy. A river like this, in the Midwest, pretty much anywhere in North America, hold crappie. The crappie are always there. Fish, it's water. It's a river with water in it. The fish are always there. Crappie are always going to be on brush piles. They're not always eating. They're not always feeding aggressively. Those last few days of consistent weather, right before weather change, if you really want to pound them, that's when you got to be there. I go no matter what. When I have time to go, I go. I don't care what the weather's been doing. But it is certainly something to pay attention to, especially when you need to plan your time wisely. 3 or 4 consistent days of weather, then a weather change. Get there that morning of the weather change or the day before. That's when they go into feeding frenzy. Just banged them out, baby. Yeah, appreciate you guys coming along. If you like the show, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and leave a comment. I'm tickled to death anytime somebody leaves a comment. I don't get very many of them, but yeah, I appreciate it. All right, thanks a lot. We'll see y'all at the next spot. Later.